so that you can see as well as you can write it in your copy. This is Learning and Teaching, paper number 3, B.ED first year. If you are from CRSU, MDU, CBLU, IGU, JU, then this video is for you. I'm using Lakshmi publication for all your later words video, in which I'm going to discuss all the topics which are important for your examination. So in B.ED syllabus, we have 4 topics like Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4. And among them, you're getting 2 questions from all. Hello, everyone. This is our second video. I'm going to talk about paper number 3, Learning and Teaching, B.ED first year subject. As you all know that important questions are very crucial for your examination, because we have to look at our previous year question paper, which is as important as the syllabus. First of all, you have to think about syllabus, and then you have to look into previous year question paper, and then you are going to prepare for your subjects. So for today, I'm with Learning and Teaching paper number 3. I'm going to share a few important questions that has already been asked in your examination. It's going to be 2015 till 2023. In between, whatever questions has come till now, I'm going to do that one. You just have to write it down in your copy. And one more thing, if you are comfortable with English, then let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, I can switch to English, that is English plus Hindi. I don't have any issues. This particular video is for English medium students, whoever is going to write their examination in English medium and their paper are going to be in English. So for that, I'm creating this video. So let me know in the comment section. So let's get started for our question paper. I have made this PDF for you all so that you can see as well as you can write it in your copy. This is Learning and Teaching, paper number 3, B.ED first year. If you are from CRSU, MDU, CBLU, IGU, JU, then this video is for you. I'm using Lakshmi publication for all your later words video, in which I'm going to discuss all the topics which are important for your examination. So in B.ED syllabus, we have 4 topics like Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4. And among them, you're getting 2 questions from all the units, okay? Among those two questions, you have to answer 1 question. So you have options to choose any one, and then 1 question is going to be compulsory. So the total marks is of 80. That means 16 into 5 is equals to 80. Per question is going to be 16 marks, and you are going to have total 5 questions. So let's see what is in your syllabus of Unit 1. In Unit 1, Learning and Teaching, you have teaching. You have to know about the concept, nature of teaching, importance of teaching, phases of teaching. So remember one thing. What do you mean by phases of teaching? Phases is pre-active, interactive, post-active. Then second one is teaching. Again teaching, but here you are going to answer about different forms of teaching. Different forms of teachings are instruction, training, indoctrination, which is really, really important question. You are going to get this question at least among 2 options. All right. So apart from that, we have number 3, that is levels of teaching. So in levels of teaching, you have memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. So you have to remember that we have different forms of teaching. In forms, we have instruction, training, indoctrination. We have phases of teaching. So in phases, what we have? In phases, we have pre-active, interactive, and post-active. And levels of teaching, we have memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. And when we talk about theories of teaching, then we have formal theories, descriptive theories, and normative theories. This is your syllabus. Done? Got my point? Now we're going to see what are the questions that was asked from Unit 1, particularly from Unit 1. I've shown you syllabus of Unit 1. I'm going to show you now PYQ, previous year question paper of Unit 1. So between 2015 to 2023, okay? Let me show you this, that between 2015 to 2023, you got one question that is really important. Meaning of teaching. Define teaching. Explain nature and characteristics of teaching. Explain concept of teaching. So you have seen question is related to teaching, but you have another forms of asking the question. Meaning of teaching, define teaching, explain nature and characteristics of teaching, explain the concept of teaching. So four things you got: meaning, define, explain nature and characteristics, and concept of teaching. This is common. This question you'll get. It is 100% sure. Okay. Another question is related to differentiate or how teaching is different. You'll get one question that differentiate how teaching is different from training, instruction, indoctrination. See, this is going to be together. First of all, they will ask you meaning of teaching and then differentiate how teaching is different from training, instruction, and indoctrination. They'll ask you define teaching and then this question. Explain nature and characteristics of teaching, then this question. Explain concept of teaching, then this question. You don't have to hesitate. You don't have to confuse about it. Question is same, but you have to answer in that way only. Differentiate in this place. You can they can ask you how teaching is different from training, instruction, indoctrination. Mark my word, this particular topic is really very important. Why? Because this is repeated 7 times. 7 times repeated question. This particular question related to this. 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, except 2019, in 2021 also, 22, 23. So 7 times this question has been repeated. So you can now guess that it is really very important question. Next is in unit 1 only, we have different question. Second question. That is asked between 2015 to 23. That is different or various. Different levels of teaching or various levels of teaching. Its meaning. So meaning of levels of teaching asked 3 times. So what is the meaning of levels of teaching? What do you understand by the meanings of levels of teaching? You can write it when you are going to learn all these things later, then you will get the answer. But first of all, you need to know which is very important question. Now, plus you're going to ask the levels of teaching, the essential features of levels of teaching. It is asked 2 times. Reflective versus memory level, discuss. So we know that in levels of teaching, we have 3 levels, right? Memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. So apart from asking this particular question, different levels of teaching, they asked that reflective versus memory level of teaching. Answer this in detail. How teaching operate at different level, discuss in detail. This is also one question asked. How teaching operate at different level, discuss in detail. Again, the same kind of question, different or various levels of teaching you have to answer. See, this is asked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times this question has been asked. So this is also important. You have to grasp the concept related to levels of teaching. Third is phases of teaching. Explain in detail. It is asked just 2 times. One in 2019, one in 2015. So you can skip it. But at least to complete the syllabus, you need to understand what is in pre-active, interactive, post-active, just to have some knowledge about it, so that if you'll get it in the exam, you'll not hesitate to write it in the exam, because anything can happen. Maybe repeated question can come, maybe not, but for sure that this question is going to come in your exam. Meaning of teaching, define teaching, explain nature and characteristics of teaching, concept of teaching, differentiate how teaching is different from training, instruction, indoctrination. So you have to prepare this question thoroughly. Then third is phases, that we have already discussed. But in phases, you are going to ask different stages or phases of teaching. You don't have to confuse with levels of teaching. Levels of teaching is different. Memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. But different stages or phases of teaching is different. Pre-active, interactive, and post-active. Now discuss various operations involved during interactive stage. So this particular interactive phase, they're talking about this. Discuss various operations involved during interactive stage of teaching. You can ask like this as well. Okay. Now next question is related to theories of teaching. So in theories, we have seen Formal theories, descriptive theories, and normative theories. It is asked only one time. So less probability that it's going to come in your exam. But anything can happen, but you have to know about it. Not in very thoroughly, like you can at least read about it. Theories of teaching, what is it? What is the meaning of it? Describe formal theories and descriptive theories. So they have taken two things, like describe formal and descriptive theories. They can ask describe descriptive and normative, or formal and normative. So this is about theories of teaching. It is asked only one times, so less probability. This was asked in two times. That is your phases of teaching. Okay. All right. This is about unit 1. Now we are going to see unit number 2. What is in unit number 2? See, unit number 2 is related to models of teaching and strategies of teachings. Models and strategies. You can prepare any one of them. Either you prepare models of teaching, either you prepare strategies of teaching. Depends on you, in which you are comfortable. If you are comfortable in models of teaching, learning about all these model related to Brunner's mastery learning model, inquiry learning training model, Glasser's basic teaching model, good to go. If you can't do this, then go for strategies of teaching. In strategies, we have simulation, brainstorming, lecture, demonstration, team teaching. It's obvious from the word. You can explain it in your own words if you would understand about it. This is about the syllabus. I'm going to show you which questions came in your examination and how many times. So let's see this one. Models of teaching. In models of teaching, you can see that this question has asked 4 times. What is the question? Meaning by teaching model. What is the meaning of teaching model? Teaching model is nothing but Glasser's basic teaching model. So what is the meaning of teaching model means Glasser's basic teaching model. Describe various elements or describe fundamental elements. So they have asked like this. One time they asked describe various elements of models of teaching or teaching model. One time they asked describe fundamental elements of teaching model. They can use anything, Glasser's basic teaching model or teaching model or models of teaching. Same thing is it. Just they have rearranged the words, nothing else. Describe various elements of fundamental elements of models of teaching or teaching model. Again, this question asked in 2015 and 2022, but meaning was asked in 2015, 17, 21, and 23. So got it that this question is also important. Explain with respect to or discuss. You can ask like this. Either they will ask you explain with respect to concept attainment model, or they can ask discuss in detail about the concept attainment model. This was in 2015. Brunner's concept of attainment model in detail, 2022. Same thing, concept attainment model or Brunner's concept attainment model. So it was related to the particular first one. For example, they have asked you meaning of teaching model, and then in that question only they will ask you discuss concept attainment model. Got the point? They can ask 2 models together. The third one is mastery learning model. Mastery learning model means what? Describe about mastery learning model, meaning of mastery learning model, in detail about mastering of learning model. So you got the point? How many words they have used in another year? 2017 they asked describe mastery model. 2019 they asked meaning by it, meaning by mastery learning model. 2021 they asked in detail about mastery learning model, and later they asked in 2019 that discuss basic principles and importance of mastery learning model for teacher. Okay, this is about mastery learning model. Next is inquiry teaching model of teaching in detail. Inquiry teaching model of teaching in detail asked only one time in 2018. But apart from this, this concept attainment model and Glasser's teaching model asked many times. So you can see this. This is really important. Brunner's concept attainment model, Glasser's basic teaching model, and mastery learning model is as well. Inquiry model asked one time. but you can focus more on Brunner's concept attainment model and Glasser's basic teaching model. As I have already told you that you can use any one of them, strategies or models of teaching. If you don't have time, then go for any one. If you have time, then study both of them. Now we'll see strategies of learning model. So strategies of teaching, sorry. So in strategies of teaching, you have seen simulation, brainstorming, lecture, demonstration, team teaching. So which question asked in this? First is simulation, simulated teaching. Simulation, simulated teaching, simulation method. Now see the way of asking the question. One time they asked what is simulation, one time they asked what is simulated teaching, one time they asked what is simulation method. 2021, 2022, 2023. Repeated question, simulation, simulated teaching, simulation method. Got my point? How they asked about simulation or simulated teaching or simulation method? They asked the meaning, what do you understand by it? What are the uses? What are the merits and demerits in teaching? What are the various steps and usability as a teaching strategy? So you can see it has been repeated 3 times. So meaning, uses, merits and demerits, various steps, usability as a teaching strategy. So you have to complete it thoroughly. Next is team teaching method. You have to write a note on it. 2021, it was asked. So they can ask like, explain lecture method and explain team teaching method in short notes. So in one question, you are getting 2 topics, team teaching method and lecture method. So just prepare it thoroughly. If you are preparing strategies of teaching, then prepare all the topics which are given in your syllabus. Next is discuss methods of it in detail. So what are the methods of team teaching method? Discuss it in detail asked in 2019. Enumerate its usefulness in teaching and higher secondary stage. Elaborate its usefulness in teaching and higher secondary stage asked in 2019 about team teaching method only. The next is brainstorming. Brainstorming question is important because it was asked in 2015, 2017. So way earlier, but still prepare it. Brainstorming is, you have to write about its uses in teaching, how brainstorming is used in teaching, what is it, what is the meaning of brainstorming. Again, what is it and what is the meaning? Same thing. Uses in teaching. And one more question is related to brainstorming is discuss main steps used in effective organization of brainstorming. Main steps which was used in effective organization, better way of organization of brainstorming. Done? And explain its uses in teaching. So it's all about brainstorming, 2015 and 2017. Characteristics of good method of teaching. What are the characteristics of good method of teaching? What are the merits and demerits of lecture method? As I said, anything can be asked. It was asked in 2018, one time. Good method of teaching, characteristics, and merits and demerits of lecture method. So very recent one is team teaching method and simulation. That is simulated teaching or simulation method. Okay, this is all about unit number 2, models of teaching and strategies of teaching.